It's Platt, and today we try a beer from the Silver State, Nevada. That's next to Platt's Beer of the Week. Alright, so recently I was at my local liquor store looking for a beer to try a while, and it kind of dawned on me, I don't think I've done a beer from Las Vegas or the Nevada area in general, so I thought I'd switch that up and try the Great Basin Outlaw Milk Stout today. Great Basin Brewing is headquartered in Sparks, Nevada, just a little outside of Reno, Northern Nevada. It's the largest and oldest current brewery in the, oldest and longest ran current brewery in the state of Nevada. The brewery was founded in 1993 after the Nevada legislature legalized brew pubs. Now it's kind of hard to believe it took that long for the state to legalize brew pubs, considering pretty much anything else in the state goes, including legal prostitution. But I guess we had to wait our time. Shortly after the brewery opened, they started winning various awards. Their Wild Horse Ale won bronze in the 1994 and 95 Great American Beer Fest. Their Rosemary Rye Patch won silver in the 1998 Great American Beer Fest. And when you start making award-winning beers, business starts picking up. And eventually in 2010, Great Basin opened a second location in Reno proper. Reno's the hub, the airport up there. If you've never been, just on the east side of the Sierra Nevadas. Business kept picking up, and they eventually bought a third location, the old Buckbean Brewery, and they used that as their bottling line. Not necessarily open to the public, but it's what they use for their bottling line. They produce a wide range of beers, cask-conditioned, barrel-aged, and nitrogenated beers. Probably their most popular is this Milk Stout. It's also won a couple of different awards. 2019, it won a gold at the Best of Craft Awards, and in 2014, won silver at the Great American Beer Festival. Before we give this beer a try, though, let's check out the stats. For those of you that might be new to the craft beer scene or not sure about different terminology and aren't sure what a milk stout is, let me give you a kind of a brief explanation. The term milk stout sometimes is interchanged with the term sweet stout or cream stout. They all kind of mean the same thing. These beers tend to be black in color, or at least very dark. They tend to be more malt forward or have more malt sweetness, usually not as hopped as like a pale ale, IPA, those style of beers. They'll use darker malts to add the color, and those darker malts will give you some chocolate notes, some caramel notes, maybe a hint of coffee. But where the milk term comes in milk stout is it's not actual milk going in the beer, it's powdered lactose or powdered milk sugar. The reason that gets used in brewing is in brewing you need sugar for the yeast to create alcohol. The way it's done in brewing is you'll take malt or malted grain and you'll heat it up to help convert starches into sugars. Some brewers will add additional sugars. Some beers will have honey in it. Some may have Demura sugar. Some may have candied sugar. People will use adjuncts like corn and rice, what have you. But all those get fermented out. So that's why beers in general are not real sweet, because the fermentation process takes out most of the sugar. However, powdered lactose or powdered milk sugar does not ferment. The yeast just can't work its way through that. So that sugar makes its way through the fermentation process and comes out in the taste. Also, does add a little bit of creaminess to it, because it's powdered milk sugar. And that's why some of these beers get nitrogenated. Nitrogenation also adds to a creamy mouthfeel to these beers, so it works perfectly with these milk stouts. Now, there's no actual milk in it, but if you are lactose intolerant, unfortunately, these beers are not for you. But this beer is for me. So let's give her a try. pour is jet black with a thin but very dark khaki head. Seems quite effervescent for a milk stout. Oh, I get plenty of those dark malt noses, or no, on the nose. Let's give her a try. Oh man, that is nice. It's creamy. Little hint of chocolate milk, but a dark chocolate. You know, almost a little hint of the cocoa. You know, a lot of people, when I was a kid, you would try cocoa, and you're thinking like that milk chocolate bar, Hershey bar, and you realize, oh, that's not that kind of chocolate. Well, that's kind of what's coming through on this. There's still the sweetness from the, you know, the powdered milk sugars, the dark malt notes, and the malt sweetness is there too, but it's more, I guess, a mature chocolate. It's not, again, it's not like eating a Hershey chocolate bar. It's a little darker. You get a little bit of that almost coffee, espresso-like notes. Not a lot, but it, again, kind of adds balance to what tend to be naturally kind of sweeter beer style beers. Man, really nice. I almost wonder what this would be like nitrogenated, actually. I will say, though, it does seem, you saw me pour the beer, not a lot of effervescence. The carbonation kind of went like that. That being said, it's not as important in these darker, heavier beers. But overall, as far as just flavor, really good. Really good beer. Plenty of body. The beer's at 5.2% alcohol, so we're kind of getting to the upper ends of what you call session style beer. But so there's not that warming, but man, for a cool night in February, this beer works out just fine. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. Any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter line. Until next time, bottoms up.